Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom. Thanks so much for joining me today on my YouTube channel. Today we're reviewing software update 2021.44.30 here in our Tesla Model 3 Performance. Let's have a look at the release notes right now. Now as far as I can see, 44.30 is basically exactly the same as 44.25, i.e. the holiday update. If you'd like to see all the features of 44.25, check out my recent video of that holiday update. Now, because it's just bug fixes and performance improvements, the UI looks exactly the same. As far as I can see, there's still the 4 icons down here for your favorites, and you can't drag any more than that. When I try to drag a 5th icon, the first icon disappears like that. And unfortunately, all the shortcuts up here in the top of the screen remains hidden in the control section. So things like your profile, my home link, my Bluetooth, Wi-Fi or cell is all still hidden under the controls, as is the dash cam and Sentry mode recording. And also things like tire pressure, energy, things like that are all still hidden as well. So a lot of the gripes from 2021.44.25 remain. Hopefully in a future update, Tesla will seek to improve by putting them back on up here in the top of the UI there. That's probably my biggest complaint of the holiday update, having some of those icons I am used to disappear from the top of the UI there. Alright, so what we'll do next is go on an Autopilot test drive and to make sure there's no new bugs and to see if there's any improvements from the previous update. But before I head off, I just want to show you something really quickly. Watch this. Wow, how good is that? Yes, I finally got around to installing the automatic Frunk opener, and you press open again to shut it. How awesome is that? Okay, so I promised to do a full review of the install and test all the features out as well in a future video, so make sure you stay subscribed and watch out for that video coming up real soon. I'll see you on the drive. Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome to the Autopilot test drive. So this will be an end-to-end video with no cuts, that way you can see what's going on. You can see the blind spot monitor still works, and unfortunately it's still in that bottom left corner. And I must say, my hand and my steering wheel does block it a little bit, especially when I'm turning right. I'm looking more in that right direction, obviously, and my hand is definitely blocking it. At least probably 40 to 50% off that screen when I'm turning right. When I'm turning left, probably about 20% of the screen is blocked when I'm turning the wheel to the left. Ideally, I'd like to have that blind spot monitor probably closer to the top here in that corner. Given especially now that they moved the speedometer more to the right. You know, if they've moved it to the right, then there's definitely more room in this corner here to put the blind spot monitor. And again, the speedo is small with the thin font. Again, I'd like to have that bigger, probably 50% to 100% bigger, like there in that corner, and a nice thick chunky font for us to see. Alright, let's engage Autopilot. Double tap on the right stalk. You can see that the blue steering wheel is really small now, that icon. That goes blue when Autopilot is engaged, and you can see that max is the top speed of the Autopilot setting. That's the posted speed sign. That's your current speed. That's what those numbers mean. Blue tram tracks indicate basic Autopilot. I do have the FSD Beta package. Just show you real quick the settings of. So auto steer beta, navigate on Autopilot, traffic light, stop sign control, full self-driving visualization preview, and we've got it on enable start at every trip, Mad Max mode, exit passing lane yes, require lane change confirmation no, and lane change notification both. I might actually require lane change confirmation today, just to reduce my stress a little bit with Mad Max mode. And one thing I also want to show you is I've got it on navigate on Autopilot, so which means that blue icon is now different to previously where I used to say navigate on Autopilot, nice and big there. So now it's just a little blue icon. And one gripe I've got to say is in the past, if you wanted to bring up the settings for your nav really quick, you could do so with a button here. That's that cogwheel settings icon, but now you've actually got to press this little button here and then press settings again. So an extra tap of the screen, which I don't like having to press too many buttons when I'm driving. I think that probably should have stayed as settings. but that's how you get the settings from now on, because sometimes I do like to avoid tolls, because I'm a cheapskate. So yeah, that's, but today we will go on the Harbour Bridge just to show you what it looks like on this software update. So here we go, we're crossing an intersection there with a red light, and I'll just give it a little bit more acceleration so that the car behind me can squeeze through as well. And for you guys today, well, I'll put on the rear and side repeater cameras, that way you can see what's going on. And now the nav, turn by turn, is now down here, as opposed to being up here previously. Again, I don't know about that. You know, again, my hand is here sometimes, it does block the nav turn by turn, so I would probably prefer to have that up here again. And given that now there's so much real estate up here, see if I can change lanes. No, nope, I'll just cancel that. That car turned before, had a chance to lane change, so that's all right. We'll just cancel autopilot and bring it back on. Yeah, again, I'd like to have the turn by turn up here, given all the real estate up here now. So yes, autopilot does work on urban roads like currently we're driving on. But generally speaking, that navigate on autopilot, which is a single blue line, only works on freeways and highways, usually on open roads. Normally on urban roads, it reverts back to basic autopilot like this. And of course, coming up to a traffic light, because I've got the traffic light visualization, if I'm in a line of cars like this, it'll just proceed through on a green light. If I'm the first car at a traffic light, regardless of it being red or green, no, in fact, if it's red, it'll definitely stop. If it's green, it'll sort of cruise, slow down for you to confirm that it is a green, and then it'll proceed. So currently on autopilot in Australia, we don't have the FSD beta at the moment, so you have to cancel autopilot when you're doing a turn at a traffic light. Okay, so getting past those awkward traffic lights, as sometimes is the case here in northern Sydney. There's a beamer getting towed there behind us. Now that we're back on a straightish road, let's engage autopilot once again. Double tap on the right stalk, double blue lines like that. Keep your hands on the wheel, correct, always at all times with autopilot. Don't trust it, guys and girls. It is still very much a beta product, in my opinion. And always eyes on the road, of course. And as I said, it will be an end-to-end video. There'll be no cuts. Might fast forward some bits, but you'll see autopilot warts and all today. And of course, the nice bit at the end when we get to drive across the Harbour Bridge. But just to show you that it does work on both urban and, I guess, more freeway settings as well. Today is the 5th or 6th of January. I think it's 6th of January, so you see how see that Porsche Taycan we just passed? I think that was a Taycan, looks like one. Yeah, the Porsche dealership is just down here. So you see that I just passed a green light, and so I was in a line of cars, so no problem. The autopilot computer allowed me to proceed on green. Yeah, the Porsche Willoughby dealership is just here. There is a DC charger, but I've never been brave enough to bring the Tesla in there to charge. It's probably not good etiquette. I guess I could do it one day, just to see what they say. But I imagine you probably need an account to get it going. There, I don't know whether you guys can see that in the camera there. You can see the Porsche chargers. In fact, they're quite prominent. There's one right out there. I guess when the dealership shuts, I suppose, you can still use them. In fact, there's two. One quite prominent, one sort of undercover. All right, so we're getting pretty close to freeway conditions. Just a couple more traffic lights to go. A bit gloomy today, isn't it? Bit of cloud cover. Of course, I washed the car 2 days ago, and of course it rains. Ooh. Wow, see that? Did something odd there. I guess the intersection was too wide. The camera lost sight of the lane markings, and it tried to veer into the left. I feel sorry for the people behind me, probably going, what on earth is Tesla doing? But yeah, that's why. Always hands on the wheel, always eyes on the road. Sometimes the lane markings aren't great in Sydney, and that is the reason why we keep hands on the wheel. Okay, so we'll proceed onto the on-ramp, and there we go. Predicts, well, it picks up, senses a freeway coming up, so it's gone to that single blue line. And yeah, I don't know why the left indicator is on, but Does some very odd things sometimes. Nav on auto. I might turn that off. There we go. So we've got Mad Max mode, but lane change confirmed. So that means you've got to put the indicator on to comply with their suggestions. And let's put the right stalk down like that to match the suggested speed limit, or the legal speed limit, I should say. You can also tap the speed limit there on the screen, but I think it's safer to pull down the right stalk personally. You're not taking your eyes off the road. All right, got another Tesla there on the left. Yesla, I like it, I like it. Oh, let's see whether they try and cut in front of me. Nope. Good driving there, Mr. Yesla. Or Miss Yesla. Okay, let's see where this goes. So, yes, I probably would have used this lane as well. And you'll see there is a slip lane that goes into the Harbour Bridge entrance, because on the right 2 lanes go into the Harbour Tunnel. See that? The messages from down here, they come up as well. I won't read it. But if you wanted to read it, you can just press this right scrolling wheel here. Oh, look at that, the nav's now got the green route number of the road. So it's saying 600 meters, there'll be a slip road that goes into the Warringah Freeway onto the Harbour Bridge, and that matches the road signs as well. Let's see what happens. Wants me to go left. Yep, I will comply. Gotta say, I've used both no lane change confirmation and lane change confirmation. A lot less stressful using lane change confirmation, even on Mad Max mode, which is nice, because you can control whether you want to turn, change lanes or not. The suggestion comes up as opposed to what happens is, oh, okay, in this situation, it just went for me. It just makes a lie out of me. It just went. How funny is that? Didn't ask me to confirm that time, which is fine, I guess, because there was no one in that lane anyway. It was just kind of like you had to go there, otherwise you'd miss the turn off. Okay, let's see. So in the past, on the Harbour Bridge, the car has not been able to read the speed signs because they're electronic, they're lit. So today, let's see what happens. Okay, so the 70, they must have picked up a 70 before, so I'll go down to 70, but I think there's road work today on the bridge, so it's going down to 40. Let's see whether it picks up the 40. Not today, my friends, not today. That's okay. I mean, the cars ahead of me are going pretty slow anyway, so I'll just basically trail the line of cars in front of me. But if you want to manually adjust the speed limit, you can scroll down like this. If you do big scrolls, it goes down by 5. If you just do like little incremental scrolls, it'll go down by 1. So there we go. To be safe, I will go to 40. Wants me to confirm lane change, away from cones. Well, I don't mind, honestly. Don't mind driving next to cones. Cones are gone. Let's see. Yep, wants me to stay in the lane. That's fine. So that's interesting. I've never had a chance to read that that notification because we've never gone so slow on the bridge. But it's saying that if, it wants me to change lanes away from the cones. That's really interesting. That's why I've always wondered, why does it want me to change lanes so frequently on the bridge, but it's trying to avoid traffic cones, right? There you go, I learned something new today. Right, so I will stick to the speed limit of 40. Why are you slowing down? Bit of a phantom brake there. Yeah, I think it's going at 40 because, well, it wants me to go at 40 because there are workers on that side working on the Kyle Expressway on the left. I like the fact that this lane next to me is empty. I'm always worried staying in this sort of right lane, whichever way I'm going on the Harbour Bridge, because you're kind of matching, you're seeing oncoming traffic, which is quite daunting sometimes. But I think they left the lane number 4 empty today, even for the other side. I'll wave for the Tesla there. But that's good, that's good. I feel a bit safer with that lane empty there. Yeah, sometimes it does pick up the lane markings overhead. It'll say like traffic controls, but then it'll quickly override itself. So somebody at Tesla Australia must have fixed the bug. Because when Autopilot, or Navigate Autopilot first came out, or rather when traffic light visualization first came out, it was picking up all the lane markings up above here on the bridge. But it's continued to not do that. It's continued to override itself over the last year, basically. So that's good. I'm glad that's the case. Okay, guys, so that is the bridge. We've just passed the Harbour Bridge. It's still wanting me to go at 40, which is fine. Everyone else is doing the same, so no pressure. Nothing worse than trying to stick to the speed limit and everyone is like zooming past you because one, they don't care or whatever. It's nice that everyone is just going slow, which is great. No one's tailing me. The cars next to me are going at the same speed. It's nice. It's actually quite pleasant. Good to actually have a look around for a change rather. Okay, let's see. This bit's always really interesting. So a few months ago, I think, yeah, there we go. So it wants me to change lanes, which is good. All right, so didn't do that quite well enough. I kind of had to, what do you call it, influence it a bit, guide it a bit to get into this lane. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. It wasn't the smoothest of exits, I know, I apologise for that, but it has done better in the past. I think the lanes are very odd at the exit of the Harbour Bridge. You know, there's like cracks in the road, well, not cracks, but like there's like gaps in the concrete where it thinks there are lanes. So anyway, it did well most of the time on the Harbour Bridge. All right, everyone, that is our Autopilot drive today on software update 2021.44.30, the first quote-unquote bug fix since version 11 holiday update. Unfortunately, no major changes to the UI, no fixes that people have been complaining about online, and gripes that I find difficult to contend with, like all the shortcuts here on the screen. They should come back, hopefully. If you're watching this, anyone from Tesla, please bring this to your superiors, your programmers. I'd love for that to come back. It just makes life a bit easier, I think. Less button presses, the better when you're driving. I know what you're getting at. It's going to be a full self-driving car one day, but still, we're not quite there yet. I think these shortcuts still need to be there for drivers still. All right, everyone, take care. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and comment if you've got anything you've seen that that I've missed on this software update, or any other gripes you have with the holiday update version 11. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel for future updates, and also, like I said, the bonnet, the automatic bonnet or frunk opener, which I'll review very soon. Take care, everyone, and as always, happy charging.